and there were no screens, so those who are at the back weren't seeing, and people were trying to fight to see. But this time around, the stage was very huge. They have huge screens on the side. So wherever you are, and there was the kind of VIP on the wings, it made everything smooth. And I mean, one thing I really love was the DJs. I mean, how they played, majority of them were playing Ghana songs, and it was awesome. One thing I also like about it was that it was like 100% Ghanaian artists.
Nice.
For that show. And the IGP himself was there. I mean, ensuring security was spot on. And there were lots of activities. I mean, within the day, table tennis, video games, and one other interesting thing is they had a certain partnership with a power bank company where there was a place where they had a lot of power banks. So all you have to do is you go there for the power bank, but they have digitized your money your wallet has been hooked on to a certain, platform. So if you don't return the power bank, they can debit your account. I mean, so
wow. So
what
you charge your phone?
Yeah. You just go for the power bank. You use
this morning.
It was solid.
This morning, what we are going to be talking really about. I'm now getting the whole flesh. It's about the events that have gone on, the security during these events. You know, the difference between that. Now the stage and the drama on the stage. Last year, me who said there was a lot of focus on stages, for performances and how the choreographies and everything is going to be going on, all of that security-wise and everything. And this time, no vendors, and then we talk about the tourism, the way I come and Ghana being like a one-stop place this time around. In Africa, like in the world, everybody wants to come to Ghana, to have, to celebrate or enjoy the Christmas, the season, and all of that. Yes, started Free Tidal Rave, where you spoke about how huge the stage is. As huge. Now the screens is also very good. You
don't have to worry yourself.
Now, I have always wondered, and I was very pleased, yes, started from Tidal Rave, I realized that now they are getting that idea that we used to talk about, say, come on, put the VIPs in all their form, she wings so baby, What do you think this time around, what is different from last year when it comes to the arrangement, the stage, and also the floor?
A lot of people are putting investment in production and stage. That is why I want to commend Stonebwoy, because I don't think even Afrochella had that stage. Afrofuture had that stage. And if you look at Stonebwoy's stage and the kind of works which went into the stage, they had about 900 plus LED panels, and also about the scaffold.
The scaffolds.
It was about 588 plus.
And the feet.
The feet was about more than 50 meters high. And if you look at the trusses, 115 meters of aluminium trusses, and the stage was in 3 parts. There was where the DJs were. Then you have a runway. The runway had a runway which had about 16 by 100 feet and 6 feet high, connecting to another stage with about the width of 30 feet as a width. And if you are not careful, even before if you've not trained, before you come from the first stage through the runway to the other stage, you are tired already.
True.
And it also brought some beauty because the people had to spread around the runway to where the third stage was. And wherever you were, you could clearly see the stage because it was that huge. And if you look at, Stonebwoy's performance, it was a beauty how he descended from below and came up from below, and
smokes and everything. The entrance
trying to merge. The intro was very emotional.
the traditional dancers and everything.
And he did that with partnership with School of Performing Arts, University of Ghana.
Yes.
And it was massive. I mean, how he came, the lighting, it was superb. I think that we really need that because we need to put a lot of investment into some of these things. And if people are doing those, we need to, I mean, commend them for doing that so that the next time they will do that because that alone is an experience.
I had, I did a bit of groundwork about how, you know, because I realized that Kasha Kum this time around, you know, Obia event, Puli up. We talk about Stone Boys screens, we talk about Sarkodie screens as well. It was, to say, a whole...
it's like a movie.
It's like a movie. What you say, people played around with screens, you know, this time around. Into no, Kasha Kumu. And I mean, from November Mutu, I could list from Tidal Rave to Mr. Jew had a show, Episode has a show, Stoneboy has a show, Sarkodie had a show, Black Sharif had a show. I mean, it goes on and on. Medical had a show. Kim Promise had a show.
He
Kim
was the
Promise
one who had a challenge. I mean,
the challenge.
The second time.
The second time he's having a challenge.
It's very unfortunate. People were there. Some even had to leave. Some were sitting on the floor. Since the evening to like 1 p.m., power outage. At that place, 1 p.m.
Yes, I heard of the generator and everything.
I mean, and when Sarkodie was to come on stage, they start his intro, the song, and it's not playing again. Angel is fierce. I mean, Kim Promise himself had to stand somewhere for 30 minutes because he was to come on and Charlie, it wasn't the best of experience. And some of these things, I really will appreciate that the artists take, I mean, the people who come serious. I mean, you could release a press statement to try to, I mean, express concern and say sorry because it's one of the ways.
And that wasn't done.
Yeah. It's one of the ways to assuage the pains people go through. Image restoration theory. I mean, mortification. You try to, I mean, show concern, apologize, and say sorry for that inconvenience you've put people through. But they won't do that. They will just finish the show and come and post a video and say, against all odds, I mean, we did it. This is not the best way. Let people, because when you look at the purchasing behavior or the decision making when one is purchasing, you become aware of the thing, you look for information, you compare alternative, you make the purchase decision, and there is the post-purchase. After, that is what is very important. Whether you go back again, whether you recommend to people, those reviews, that's why on, I mean, the digital platform, we can have reviews about things. And that is very dangerous. So if you do not give people that experience, post-purchase, post-coming, that review is very dangerous. So I think Kim Promise and his team need to ensure that this doesn't happen again, because this is the second time.
Okay.
And I don't think it's a best
we have spoken about, I think, Sebefana Bako. Mami Sanko back to a year, you know, doing a kakra who said this time around there was Ubisobia, there was a bit of problem with sponsorship, but they were able to pull through because the issue of consistency is also very important. Intino, Senate Biana, a was a show, no, a bustle. A coso, but ultimu se kasha komu, but there are so many things and there are technical problems kakra but because kwacha there for this kind of say purchasing
that space, we need logistics.
Yes,
a few people are running the show when it comes to the logistics.
Yes,
space. So if you are not careful, moving it from one area to
another. One shey untimi and fix when yamantem and do all the mocks before and I'm thinking that Promise 2 was having that problem because the same venue, because that people were supposed to pack out.
Interestingly, what they did with Accra, the La Palm Royal, they at a point they were turning their stages. So Medical does its planning and plotting this way, then Black will come extend, so that it was like they were using same logistics. Yes. But if you don't want, especially sound and other things, people want to bring their own maybe bandsmen and they have to fix their own thing. if you are not careful and you are not on time,
it would affect the sound and all the technical.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying?
Check.
Yes.
You can't do sound check and.
So what do you think? Do we now have venues? Because now the stadium has become, even though there was a bit of kasa kakra stadium na yede you know na say yan hu togbo afa e ka ho asem wan buafu kakra so but stadium has become available for shows as well. Now ka first no say theater no so wo conference wo grand arena no so wo what I say, I see a la pam susu ebie wo ho. I mean, do you think say now no ye wo venues are ye bet me a shuffle kakra anko ye say be my problems of parking na me be see.
We have the venues, but most of them are makeshift. Originally, that was not how it was created for. So, if you are using that as a venue, it means a lot of things have to go in to create that experience you want, and it has to do with money and other things. And if you don't have it, there is wahala for you. It clearly shows that we need improved venues. We need to improve our venues. I mean, the conference center.
Yes.
Recently, last year, there were plans to like refurbish the place, or I mean.
But I saw them some ye carpet, National Theatre.
We need some refurbishments with our venues. They have become old. If you look at the times that they built them, I mean, some of these places are old and
not maintained
exactly well. So we need that improved venues, because if you say December, Ghana is, I mean, the destination for December, then it means that you need to ensure that some of these things which make that experience very unique is improved. Because if you go to other areas who are prioritizing tourism and other things, when you go there, some of these experiential venues are of a certain quality which you would want to experience here. Because if you want to, you say you're going to the O2, you are going to these things, I mean, the kind of space and experience you have alone there, we need to be very intentional about some of these things. Because I'm thinking that when it gets to December, that is where you realize that we do not have enough venues. Because some of look at what happened between Stoneboy and Shatawale. And Stoneboy's, setup was done within about 7 days.
Yes, 7 days.
It took them 7 days.
Yes.
To put that out there. So it tells you that if another artist want to do that same thing, 2 days will not be enough. You understand? So, I mean, we need to, when it's getting to December, that is where you see the shortage of venues. We need to be up and
there were days that the shows were, clashed, same day. Into and pardon me, I mean, there are lots, in as much as I'm saying that there were shows in town, some people could not hold their shows. And yes, also congrats to Kiddy holding on Lekono. Yes, and then Kelvin Boy also had a show. So there were a lot of shows at Rehab, and Kwame Eugene also had a show at Soho. And so there have been lots, but I can also tell you, say some artists could not.
But the females,
females were. But Joe Metal, me was Joe Metal, so Sonny Badu, so I if your live concert.
The females for the secular side, it was a little silent.
It was silent.
On the gospel side, I mean, a lot of them, Daniel Hamilton, Sissy Chum, or PCA, so a couple of them had their own show, which was amazing. But on the secular front, we didn't see that much. We saw Efia. Yes, we didn't see that much. Jackie's, people thought her show would come, and it didn't come.
But Jackie didn't.
Eno was to put up a show in a
Let me ask you this question. This whole, I think, say Babbie yet to say, Obia artists be a show. Event organizers, no, cafes, no, be show, no, the artists na eguso. But this time around, I say artists now so organized. Do you think, say, is a problem of omunchia artists ni and now womun to mean chia womu and na niama womo so timo enche biabo na Ghanaian artists for press release a power due to they could not meet our airbrofobia Canada meet our demand. We should, sometimes you could see said there's some iota of whatever truth there is in it. Why you feel say nunti nama we are not getting, because I know Biana Obenya Sikaye show as an artist by the year review.
I don't think it's all about maybe the people not paying them. I think Sarkodie Shatawale, who had their own Stonebwoy, who had their own events, still were on other.
Shatta didn't have a show last year.
Yeah, they were still on other people's platforms.
Yes.
Organized by events organizers. But I think it's a point where, you know, music, at times, it's not every year you have a good year. So if you have to wait for somebody to call you and maybe a year comes and you don't have a good year, it means nobody's calling you.
Yes.
So if you do not put up your own show, I mean, for me, I see it as a way of also, I mean, invigorating your brand as an artist, because what happens is that if you're able to do that, it means that you are creating what we call a brand community. And when you have a brand community is very good, because the brand community can sustain you as an artist. They can buy your merch. They are coming there, pay for tickets, and that is a money to invest in your craft. In your craft as an artist. And also, you can use them for so many things to show your brand power. And that can have a spillover of endorsements
and sponsorships.
And sponsorship, you know, comes in. So for me, if you look at managing brands over time, this is another way of making sure that your brand stands a test of time.
If you ask me, I'm really
had not maybe
glad.
started Rapaholic
some
years ago, 10 years ago, maybe he wouldn't have been where he is today.
Because there used to be a time in Ghana where Yashasia.
Who said do baby now event organizers show the artists who go to the next level. Well,
because say yambe na Miss Raja na match yambe set match be independent show be all held by organizers. Na yambe we could count Foresight TV Awards. We could count the award.
There were some artists.
And then that was it. One year December crowd baby uncle.
According to say like the movie industry. Those days some of the producers can say we are not using you. By now, if you're an actor, actress, and you are doing your own production, you can use yourself.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's good for the artist side. It's good, and also it's competition for the events people, and it ensures they pay them well. Because if Tomboy can put up the show, and you want to put up a show, and I mean he's telling you what must go into it, and what you need to, I mean, pay him for his value. I don't think you will complain too much.
Let's look at the consumer behavior. Yanya your tickets. Shows no epidoso December, and I'm glad because then you have a choice. But when you mean
you even get tired.
You get tired. You get tired. I because at this time the why are the chairman maybe you know the consumer in the behavior. Obi or no more otoni na and I'm asking Miami show na Edem abebo biama me. Edem so I show. Mesuma bebo biamano. It's happening now. Artists are going on this one, that one, and we are still paying to go see them. And you know, maybe so. Why is the consumer behaving this way? Say obeto ticket akwa share sack. I would name say sack bebo Stonebwoy dear, so still what ticket wako sack also. Is it that is a fan base kind of thing? It's a seasonal adrenaline, or then just, you know, I don't know.
I think mostly some of these stages, even if it's the same artist, the kind of experience they live there are different.
Okay.
Sarkodie went to Kim Promise show. He did a few of songs. He was at Tidal Rave. I mean, Stonebwoy, they because it's not their show, they give like excerpts or glimpses
of what to expect on their show.
Yes. But on their show, I mean, on Kim Promise stage, Sarkodie didn't get the opportunity to give that experience he gave at Rapaholic, because his intro at Rapaholic alone was like a movie where he came in a cage with some dwarfs around him,
and the angels
performing the Otang, then the angels had to come in. That thing, you cannot see it at any stage Sarkodie goes on, because he will leave that experience for his show. So what they did for me, I saw different kind of experiences at different stages. And also, I mean, the crowd, the kind of reception they give, I mean, the energies are different. And that alone helps you. At Rapaholic, when they mention the name or they just leave the name for the artist to get on the stage. I mean, the kind of reception the audience give the artist alone is something which makes them give up their all.
So then,
I mean, the people were standing throughout the performance.
So do you think that Ghana music, you know, arguably the way we are in Ghana music in USA, but this time around,
there were a lot of Ghana music, so
and we enjoyed it, and we went out for it.
Was more of a celebration of Ghana music.
And we went out for it.
Most of the events I went, it was more of a celebration of Ghana music, and people really enjoyed it. I mean, we had a good time. The diasporans too were in town, and clearly there will be that ripple effect on streams, on the various digital platforms of our artists, and in terms of reach. I mean, they will go to their bank and then will realize that indeed there has been some changes. The reach has changed, and other add-ons have come. So for me, it's a positive one for the artists. I mean, if you look at this local scenario, it means that if we're able to create that market, Dappah had a breakthrough when people went to Swedro, the media and other revelers went to Swedro to cover the Akwambo Festival. Now, it was where they realized that there was one song in the town, when it's played, it's like the whole place scatter. People are running helter-skelter. And as a result, some shot it, posted it on social media. The traditional media also carried it, and it was a breakthrough for him.
Yes.
And one corner became a hit. So, I mean, it also has that ripple effect on the national level. So when people troop into Ghana and come to experience more of our artists, more of our music, it means they are taking it away. They are taking it back to their country. That is why we always plead that in December, we need to play a lot of Ghana music. That is why I was happy for the Play Ghana agenda. However, it wasn't done properly.
Well, you know, Matisa, you say, yeah, we'll come to the Sing-a-thon also. But Matisa, you say, DJ, no, you Sing-a-thon. You say, one Ghana, Mia, when you what? Mia, when na baby, I drew no, we don't want slacking. If I see a koyanim, what you are seeing, Mia, when it na Ghana music, because even in the friend is saying, the upper, the friend is saying, the northern part of Ghana, no, ya kasa nyomo nko a be bon wo northern part
local songs
just say chain days are sister Edem no aduane enti bomodin a na bonyo, because now there's an export into the northern part of Ghana. People nipa koho stream ko my mind, so you need to do that.
The whole place is flooded. The hotel from the
Abonting
outside
inside,
and there is a military band playing live band there. I mean, that's a
Koni moye do, Edem. Koni moye de.
Oshe motorbikes are parked. Tali line aside.
January asem na make you. Before we go into a bit of security during Christmas, how security was met. You know, na member ECG for about so me na me experience here, because man light off for event be say, except for Kim Promise onya small way. No crano, they did very well to connect direct. I heard of that. You know, to connect direct, and then maybe no, and it took hours, but anyway, he was able to pull off. I think any team will sit back and then try to find out second time, you know, this is happening. It can't continue on the third. Yenka about hospitality. You know, we had a lot of people coming into the country. It be a free hand, it be in free hand. And Siana, if you really check around the world, in other countries, anyway, it's being spoken of. Even sports. Kudus so am a lot of you know Kudus am a lot of tourism, like a lot of noise when it comes to Ghana in the sporting area and in the entertainment area.
They are using most of Ghanaian songs on their Instagram,
on their Instagram and TikTok and other things. Everybody is doing something. Now let's talk about the hospitality. Every time in Nipa Bakro ni mu December, last year and last 2 years in Inano. Obetete war a year a crofo froswo mo radio stations and no TV stations no more boy abaso, but there's only one thing our mo kasi yenya de wo your service.
Service.
And yet Wakwatran restaurant while there aduane was 15 minutes 1 hour na mai ebi kura refu nansi ame wo there aduane ni kura fu
as happen here come market
na happen here come market atiase. They complain about service, and when I say service, it cuts from food to transport to everything. Traffic backroom. security, police force will be good crew to make sure say things were running out, because I had a fair share of it when I was at the stadium for the Beam concert. Security, I must forget.
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
I really
you understand?
love
So let's talk about hospitality, and then we come to security.
Yeah, I think I've checked a lot of reviews on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and I've not had, a lot of negative reviews in terms of hospitality, and I mean that is one of the trademarks of Ghana. I mean, when it comes to, Ghana, if you don't take anything away, our hospitality is something people, talk about. So I am always concerned about that, because if that is one of your equities, and in branding, if something is your equity and you lose that equity, then it means your brand is going to dwindle, because what will attract people to your brand will not be there. So I always, concerned about it, and I think the reviews are positive, because Ghanaians once again showed our ability to, receive people and make them feel at home. And that, for me, is a good one for us. We need to keep maintaining that, because if you check the excitement in the mouth of these diasporans, when they were coming and after they came, it's kind of a good thing for me. There were Caribbeans who even held Afro-Caribbean with Taste of Ghana in Ghana, which was, a very good one, with Caribbeans coming here.
Into.
Americans, Afrofuture was like...
was great.
If you go there, it's like you did America.
You did America, you just see it.
The reviews were positive. People liked our cuisine and our transport, even though I think we need to, improve on our transportation in terms of the system.
The system.
As a capital town, if you've traveled, people who travel a lot know about this. Every capital town, at least train or some subway will be working. Train is a problem here. We don't have enough of that in our capital city. Transportation, the forms of transportation need to improve. If you can't do tram, at least the train, try to find, and the bus system. Let's improve on the bus, because if you look at the traffic is mostly because, if we can even have serious bus system in December, I think it will be better.
Yes, it will be better.
The Metro Mass because December goes like the 24-hour economy. There is a night economy of December. So if you can have the buses in December, people even want to go out and booze, and that they don't want to, go with their own vehicles, because they can't drive when they are coming back. So if you can have a serious public transport system, which will, ease
commuting from place to place,
it will be awesome.
Wonderful.
So we need to look at that aspect of the experience we provide, because the experience shouldn't only be at the venue, but from the house to the place, whatever the person goes through should be part, because if you have to be in a lot of traffic jam, before you get to the place, you are even tired and you can't jam. So we need to look at that. If we really want to pride ourselves, December in GH, we need to look at that. And there's one interesting thing happening. Officially, we have teamed it's December in GH. And there is something which is creeping in unintentionally and voluntary. It's just going. That's Mr. Easy. Mr. Easy started a program known as Dirty Rave, and gradually it turned to Dirty December. And that term is gradually rising up and becoming what most of the youth are using. If you go to most of the YouTube pages of the Americans who came, most of them are talking about Dirty Rave. Dirty December. I see that term as generic to the December in GH, because the December in GH clearly sells Ghana out.
Yes.
As soon as you mention, you can do the flashback and it's Ghana. And the Dirty December is more of a generic term. So we need to be very intentional about our branding.
The way,
and if you're not careful, in 2-3 years, the Dirty December will take over the December in GH. And
December in GH,
we need to be very intentional, especially the media. I was watching some of the media houses, they're interviewing people, and the people bring the Dirty December and they jump onto the Dirty December unintentionally. We need to be very careful about that.
So that December in GH. Now let's talk about the way, did Ghana really look like Christmas?
Ghana?
Did Ghana, you know, I asked people, December, no, was it really looking Christmas? Was it really looking Christmas? Because I actually was doing this. Me do airport runabout on one, me traffic check me do a year 37 runabout on one, me traffic check I don't know who are the ones doing that, but it was really the decorations.
It's an individual in partnership with the assemblies.
Nice.
And gradually, the banks have come in.
Good.
So most of the banks, you will see
they were sponsoring that, you know.
I mean, so that we can light up the city.
We light up the city.
I mean, a lady and the mother started it.
Beautiful.
And gradually, it's catching on, which for me, I think it helps to make, I mean, Ghana look Christmas-like. You know. And that is also part of that. Before you get to the event venue, I mean, you are seeing some of these. I mean, if you go to London, New York, and other places, I mean, the lighting alone, I mean, gives you the mood.
You know, thing for December.
And it's good that we are also getting there gradually. And I'm sure that it will just get better and get better as, I mean, the days go on. All we have to do is that we will be intentional about the December in GH, and we will get to a point that it will not be just about the GTA publishing names, but there will be some level of some tax incentive, some level of logistical support, among other things, to some events to ensure that, because whatever happened, like we say, it's catapults to other areas, transport, the hotel industry, tourism sector, there is a restaurant
the
industry.
Food and, you know, drinks and everything.
And people are buying economy. I mean, the local economies are being pumped up. The event economy, those who have logistics, who are providing services and other security agencies, everybody is cashing in. So if we are able to create a lot of demand within that period with the people coming in, I mean, as a country, we will rip up. I tried to get some figures from the GT and others. I mean, but because it's too early, they have not been able to, I mean, put all their figures together. And I'm sure there will be some good figures coming on, because as of the projection, as of the December, the projection of 1.2 million arrivals, they have received more than 60% or 60% of that people getting to December. So the the people who came December, it means clearly we can even go beyond that 1.2 million, which is a good thing. So
it's a good thing.
I mean, we need to work hard at it.
It's a really good thing. And I am also glad that, you know, we experience in the northern part, you know, from the Christmas to December as well. And we are not leaving out, you know, Kumasi, and we are not leaving out Takrade, we are not leaving out all of the places.
And Takrade, it was massive. The masquerade.
This December, December,
it was crazy.
And I may call this year.
The carnival
you know, the carnival
awesome.
Crazy.
It was awesome.
Now, I feel when my mother said, I will be Toby. At once, because
Tema had theirs.
Tema had theirs also. You know, Yabako Central Region says here. Yes, Swejo also. Yabako Central Region says here, and best back in Casa, and also am I a bit of review from that part. Hello.
Hello, Babbie.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Afisha Panso.
Good morning, I've been coming to you, Babbie.
Afisha said, "My come home, not just say, Masino. Near the car, near the co. Well, yo, Obia, who you ho.
Yamia do Mobia, who you
never told my starts to be a honor morning, Yasumka Kayen, and then a coso. And then I coso.
And never be brilliant course so the year 2023. The kind within check I said the more panelists or Max TV and probably when you have Kojo Ken boy Juma Pai and Kupo Shadow panelists now.
Oh, that's Edem Nawaha.
Throughout 2023, from January 2023, on 1st January, we held a Hatchland Beach New Year Jam. And in partnership with Heritage Promotion, the event company I work for as the Deputy Communication Executive for them, we held the Hatchland New Year Beach Jam. Yeah, central artist, Memoir the Egu, so highlighting, nicely our Hatchland Beach, and we on the 1st January, And then, of course, by February 2023, so during the Valentine's Day, so we have one renowned artist, a friend of Kwame Zagi, of Cape Coast, and also at a Taste of Love concert, and also about Becky K. restaurant and so Cape Coast. And then in the same February, one of our finest rappers in Central Region. Actually, in the year 2021, he won the best rapper at the end of the Central Music Awards. Your friend Kujo Viper, and also a Kujo Viper Connect. It was his birthday, so he tried to connect with the industry players here in Central Region. It was one amazing event, a course of Face Lounge in Cape Coast. And then during March 2023, so there was Independence Day event across the 22 districts in Central Region. Some of the artists put out shows on their own to entertain their audience in the respective districts. And then in April 2023, one major event course was Central Region here, AC, a musician AC. Our core talented is now he's a grown artist. She's doing wonderful well with the vocals. And she also hosted a AC music rituals with the Pax band. And of course was Solace by restaurant or Cape Coast. And of course on the 9th April, and AC music rituals with the Pax band. Or we release a good tape, a album now. It has a lot of incredible songs, great masterpiece. He unveiled it to the public space here in the Cape Coast and Central Region. And then in May, and in same May, in first week of May, a Abuatri Festival. So a Dominic now so moving from Central Region to a Winneba. The Abuatri Festival about when it was magnificent. And then and moving on to August. August, so now there were lots of releases by Kobe Simple. Kobe Simple releasing the album. From Dear Mr. Simple album EP.
Bismarck, me bacho te menka. Me bacho says ye for December mame free August no. Ye for December mame na ye share December how it was in the Central Region because no na many Edem edru ye ka we appreciate that from the January to the August. It's in ye December way how was it like in the central parts?
But I say online break kakra.
How was December like in the central parts?
The line is breaking, please.
Me pacho and I think Bismarck and Tim but we were also talking about the central parts. Edem, you continue till Bismarck will also get himself a year. We spoke about the central parts, and how things were also, lit up over there. Even people moved from other regions to other regions. Just say, Ankoye Christmas in Accra.
Yeah, if you look at the Ashanti region, how their version, I saw Kidi in Obuase and Kumasi. Samini took a Samini experience
to Kumasi.
And the Kumerica guys, as a Cowboys, had their show at the stadium.
At the it was
massive.
Yes.
And there were a couple of other events too in Kumasi and other parts of, I saw Shatawale go to
all the way, yes.
Far away in some part, Brekum and other places. So it's like everybody was,
just moving
part of it.
every part of the country.
One area I want them to be more up and doing and intentional about this is, Cape Coast.
Yes.
And the Western region because they have a lot of tourist sites and most of the diasporans love to be at that place. So if there are a couple of some of these events,
to develop
huge ones there, it will attract most of these people there, and that spillover will go into the local economy. So, they need to work hard on that. Cape Coast and its environs need to be very intentional about catching parts of the December in GH, so that they will not be left out because they have a lot of tourist sites for people to go and see. So they need to create that experience with events too. The event part, I think they need to, speed up. They need to speed up. The entertainment industry, they need to tap into that benefit which comes with, December in GH. And it will be very important. I think the GTA can also, look at that, how they can get some event organizers together and see how they can bring that event live on December, so that in December, so that people feel that experience.
We are getting into a part where I would want to ask you. Yabako security no.
Yeah.
Na yaba artist development no feel say artist no baby ayedu no. Where can we, move? How do we move to the next level of what we have wonderfully done with ourselves. We should pat ourselves on the back this time around and what we have done. No? Congrats to all the artists that put their brothers and sisters on AFA. For whatever reason anybody says, I feel say it is nice for us to, do things together to push whatever agenda that we have, forward. Bismarck assign Abaline so na yenebeka December na ye chasonia back into the studio because we want to talk about the security that we wanted to leave out. We talk about the security and then we talk about Sing-a-thon, we talk about Cook-a-thon and how everybody is yes Guinness Book of Records. Just one with the bag Ghana no be office. Cause Esiano die, it seems say Jinamusa, ya party sa till December 2024 is a year of party. Because yet to say a bomb wa ha ye koho, a bomb wa ha ye koho. Esiano, Guinness Book or more try letters, I'm talking to you. It's a joke. You know, because the way I overspeed, they see us coming. But I'm happy because a lot of times, our name Ghana, international baby, they think says Guyana or some country called Guyana. So now we are trying to correct that and make them know, say, this is it and this is where it is. How is helping in the travel, industry, the travel industry and all of that. I think Ghana is doing well if you say that. Yanko Besmakobium na yembisano December was the central parts, what really happened, last month was central parts of the country. Besmako
Babbie mo
ha. Nepatro what mean cafe. All right. Say no time no akoka kranti ni yen huri na yen see December ni mu. Last month ye twa mu yi. Dean na see was central parts. What are some of the things that happen in central parts? I will feel say ye twaswa beboa the central parts of Ghana to come and develop the industry as a whole in Ghana, the Ghana economy as a whole too.
Okay, in Babbie, in the also central region during the December event, na you buy a Cape Coast, a Brunya Fest, also Hatchland City, and only in artists which is a Kobina together with Kobe Simple, our the rain artist of the year in central region, together with Yokoto Perry, Koju Viper, Mena, Black Tana. These artists headline the Brunya Fest in Hatchland City. No course will Cape Coast. Now, yeba Aguna Odobin so Other Fest Ecoso. This is the 4th edition. Ecoso from 27th to 30th December. And only Other Fest. And of course, Aguna Odobin in the Skuma-Odobin Brackward district in the central region. Now, the one clean up exercise before because I was here tidy up the city or the town before we can begin with the event. The day 2 youth seminar the my Mebune community anymore, and then with the day 3 health screening, and then with the football match, and then we climax with a big float, and then a artist night in the evening on the 30th December. No, apart from Agona Dobins, there are several events across Wakaswa, Oba Swedroswa, last made together with Yao Talk, Laruso, Mina by Agona Swedro, a big event to Agona Swedro, Oko a Sinfo Suswa. Abama Takum launching a new album, the Songs of Reality album, so course where finest pub a Sinfosu. Together with a Menab so releasing a Yasantua EP and also of course where Cape Coast. It was magnificent throughout a year central region. There were several activities there course. And I sounds when Ankwa Enzi. And also one street festival course for Cape Coast powered by kabukusu.com and also course for Cape Coast and a lot of events artists of various districts so they put up their own shows to entertain their various audience in their respective districts.
Yeah, that's a Bismarck. Your studio near Edem about the security when it comes to December. No, how did the security initially? Me say Kase IGP crowd was at the title rave, and I think before Christmas, November, they went around, and trying to met the entertainment industry.
They are assured of the support.
Yes,
and, prior to that,
and educating what we can do.
Yeah, prior to that, there was this issue of some group activists demonstrating within the period of December. But luckily, we didn't see that happen. It was one of the appeals the IGP made during the time he met the celebrities and the entertainment industry players. And I think it was good that we had that, I mean, no security breaches here and there. We didn't hear of that, I mean, thing happening. And you could see the security presence at various events.
But hold on. You know, when we talk about that, let us also congratulate the fire service. You know, last month, fire service was up. The military, you know, the military.
And even also, Ochame Kwame,
yes.
he held a high life party
yes.
at Plateau. When I went, the fire service were there. And one of them I knew, I mean, saw me and I was like, what are you doing here? Said,
they are there.
We have been stationed here to come and I was say, wow. And I mean, the hip life party at Plateau was awesome.
2023, exactly.
For that,
your politics is free. Ghana Nankasana, we did it for Ghana. You understand? Your politics is free. Forget it. It's the people, the friends saying institutions, you know, all did their part very well. And you know, Mamudi and Kafra will be a tea. I don't know. Sometimes, you know, I don't know more than I don't know, but you know, we are appreciating all the, you know, the
players in the sector.
Yes, in that sector. No. The safety was on point. I mean, on all the shows, McCoy, on standby and ready.
And even
you know, the ambulance.
The Sing-a-thon at the Akwaba village. With the kind of police presence. Around the Akwaba village alone was massive. To ensure, I mean, one of the things that does too is to prevent chaos in parking, because that alone can. You can go to an event and if the security is not on top,
stampede with
regards to parking, getting a place to park will take you forever. And when you park, somebody can come and, I mean, cross you. You want to go home and you can't go.
And that is the airport.
Yeah, the police ensured that there was orderliness in terms of, I mean, people parking, the spaces are enough and adequate. So I think we had a lot of security, who were involved in doing different activities at certain time to ensure that the whole atmosphere at the event venues were peaceful. So I'll say kudos to the Ghana Police Service. They need to continuously team up with event organizers to ensure that atmosphere, because it is what will also bring a lot of people to stadium. I mean, there's no denying the fact that after May 9th, the stadium disaster, it has in a way affected, I mean,
people going out into crowds
I mean,
and all that.
Filling the stadium.
The stadium and all that.
Venues, I mean, it has really affected. So if there is any serious security breach, it can affect event going in the country. So I think we will encourage them and urge them to do more so that we have an event-free seasons all year round. You
know, speaking about that, we can also not talk about, you know, your friend is saying December in a review. Well, it's a year in review, but mostly December in review without talking about the place. You know, the place that went on. But a Sing-a-thon at that screen, so we'll shift the place, kakra, and come to Sing-a-thon quickly, and then go to a place that happened, you know, during a year December. And so the comedians also. Almost so they did their best, you know, and they are still doing it. I mean, Obi and Ponsan.
And the stage, you know, I mean, the drama, those stage play, George Quay, Latif Abubakar, Uncle Ebo White, Nutakol, they all had a good
Clemento Munina had a very good season. Now, let's go straight. Now, what shall we screen this on? If was and to a Sing-a-thon, of course, so in December, last month, of course, a trade dom, ebegu, airport, Akwaba village. Now, and yes, Sing-a-thon, na kadodo na akra nim se na baby sa wo ho no mo a your friend no Akwaba village na atwe dom abaho. Now my question is, now we talk about this a little bit. My question is that after this crowd being at this particular place, what are we doing with this place? What is the possible growth after this? Because it will be a shame say your be man be die out. My mom suggestion yes so and you know everybody is saying whatever it is that they want to say, but this is a place. I've always thought of a day or a time that would come Ghana and kasa ye benya ye mini Hollywood and ye mini place so this place when you go is full of entertainment. You can do this, you can do that, and it's so close to town where it's safe, secured. and no traffic prone and all of that. Let's talk about Sing-a-thon.
Yeah.
Did it do us good?
Yeah, it did.
Better or best?
It did us very good. I mean, one thing I check out, for many hours, Ghana music was on replay.
Okay.
On stage. I mean, it was live on social media, on our traditional media platforms, and the reviews, all of these things were going into highlighting Ghana music.
And crossed the country.
For me, I was very happy. And if you look at the reception, anytime the artist went there, it was, I mean, a celebration of Ghana music for me. That is how I really term this. I mean, it's really projected more of our Ghana music and made the people appreciate their own songs. I mean, they were there dancing throughout the period. I mean, she sang. And for me, that was a positive one for the Ghana music industry.
What do you think this would bring out for us? At the end of the Babbie, aside say, Ghana, on replay, which is good. At the moment is good. It has also helped us to appreciate our Ghanaian music and everything. It's brought people together. You know, when it comes to music and sports, flags in
the national unity, which brought us, I mean, the can support spirit. It's something which, for some time, it was a little missing in action because, I mean, our football is not doing that well. And this was something which put us to that test for us to show our unity in diversity. And that national cohesion, the national support, that mood was there. For me, it was a big pass for me.
Where can we take this to? How can we build it?
We can have the same momentum. It is why we are having that spillover internally, where most of these stars have trooped in there to go and support, including Efua Santwa herself.
Yes.
She was there yesterday.
That's a Cook-a-thon assembly.
Yeah, she was.
Epacho obi a woni mo no, tamale no, koso ewo honom, Cook-a-thon, Faila, that's how she's called. Faila, Razak.
Yeah. Abdullah.
Razak Abdullah, Abdul Faila.
That's the husband's name,
okay, so Faila is there. Cooking for how many days now?
She was to cook for like 5 days.
So 5 days.
Now she's cooking more than that.
Because
of other, or someone has. The record was broken for, I think, 94 hours or so to 96 hours. Then someone has cooked for 144 hours. So, which is under review. So if somebody has 144, which is under review, maybe after they review it, it can come down. But you also need to do more so that if it doesn't come down, and there is a deduction in yours, you do not fall short. Because that's any can pass no go. So you can do the number of days, but you may not be able to break any record. So, I mean, she needs to cook more days. And I really love the support. If you look at, I mean, how the military, because the husband is a military, a soldier, the way the military is supporting is really, really massive. And
the
garnishing alone.
Make sure Ghanaian food spa
awesome.
one on many
She's cooked more than 50 Ghanaian dishes. Which,
and I don't know.
But the problem is that those of us who are watching from afar, we are suffering. It's sort of you're careful and especially when you are watching it at dawn and go for the deer. I mean, it's not be small trauma with the going, but
you know, and
Maminka
went from Efua Sing-a-thon, we saw that not only was Efua there, the medical you know, and the medical staffers were there.
And big up to, I mean, NASCO.
Yeah, I mean, NASCO and all those people.
The fridges. You know,
the sponsorship is what I want to come to. One would say, I want us to speak some truth and encourage, you know, ourselves as to say, yes, and what of food you pan piano. Say, dear, now we year now consistently. I definitely will be more. We complain about sponsorship a lot. Your ref is a baby, I will be easy carefree, no so.
Episode
Shahoma. Intino say, I told them be near ye bribina ye nyamwa bebria, which we urge that the corporate Ghana and individual private institutions and everything, no, was so more ban or more bebwa industry, no. Obi ya dikitwe bia momoa. Banks and ya who do any social responsibility. and the artists and the look at how sports and entertainment is able to bring us together, bring us to one place where there's no tribal stuff, there are no political stuff, there are no nothing. There's no religion, religious disparities. Yeah, all of that's there, but it's just Ghanaians being Ghanaians, enjoying what Ghana is and what we stand for.
Yeah.
It is so who say I think said this year, no, last year should be a lesson for us to get into this year, and then corporate Ghana and whichever institutions kakra wo so wo no emwa obia opese wo ya but look at the Sing-a-thon.
Yeah. And a quick one on the Akwaaba village and the Sing-a-thon. One thing the Sing-a-thon did was to project this Akwaaba village. I mean, it's something which has been put up by the GTA.
Yes.
Where they sell like exhibition of Ghanaian-made products for those who are entering the country. So as soon as you enter, you go to that place, Akwaaba village, then you can get your Ghanaian paraphernalia and other things from. I mean, one thing this Sing-a-thon did was to project the place. Now, the place has been projected even beyond the power of GTA.
So I wanted to ask, do you think Sing-a-thon maybe was the right place?
I think, if I'm sure...
No, when him say, a crowd remember that.
Yeah, and I'm sure that they didn't... I mean, GTA didn't pay attention to that and other bigger national facilities. I mean, they thought maybe because it's Tamale, but it is beginning to tell that the place is small, especially even where they are, the hall where she's cooking and the people are. I mean, you could clearly, when the artists are performing, you could clearly see those who are at the back are really, there's that bit of congestion. And if they had forecasted well, I'm sure all of these changes would have been done and we would have had enough space for that. But I think
moving on, whatever it is,
they need to control it.
Yes.
Because you see, it builds up. When it is getting to the close, it builds up. And definitely when it closes, the way the military band is playing live music and other things, the artists are coming to perform, there's going to be that concert of a sort, like an after party of a sort. So it is where the people will come the more. It means that we need to make room to be able to contain them. So I think we need to pay attention to that because the place is beginning to, bulge up and we don't want to hear anything, you understand? So we need to pay, if we think that it gets to a point that we cannot allow people to get in, we should be able to do that so that we protect those who are in.
Just a more fiti days muda so siwo.
I
was like I chit. Na mudi what na mudi obi de keta kwasawo. Eti ama omo ba mu ne de wa wo akire de ginyame o.
And I love the fact that they are also reaching out to orphanages.
Yes.
With the food.
With the
I
food.
mean, that is a good one. They are going
wonderful. Wonderful. So when you more Sing-a-thon no mo ye no. Enuane ne say omo dom no makogu ope na edidi o. Enuane ne kro mo no ano mo de bi call orphanages. You see, when we put our minds together, we do wonderful things. And Edem, we do wonderful things.
Those who are challenged are benefiting.
I mean,
street people are benefiting.
What you say? Intino, ama, we are doing a lot of good.
And the husband said they were getting support
from people,
goods and other things. I think the vice president also. Send 30,000.
Yes, I heard of that too. I was saying, I asked you a penny, be not, friend is saying country unity, Nana, so thank you so much, Edem. Thank you so much. I hope that you come and then we talk about this year. This year, what we can do together. This year, what we can do, and things are a bit better in the industry and all other industries that are involved. I'm hoping to talk to the sports industry one of these days and how we can fuse in. I think it's also one part.
It's part of.
That is amazing.
Recently, you saw the collaboration between GTA and the Black Stars.
The Black Stars.
When they traveled to Qatar for the World Cup.
Yes.
You saw the smoke and the sash.
Yes.
Welcome to Ghana.
Yes.
How we can use sports to project.
To also project
tourism
Ghana.
And entertainment.
Yes.
I mean, Stoneboy was on the platform to perform there.
Yes.
So sports and entertainment has that correlation.
And one
we're able to strike that.
You need to know. And one how many you need to meet Domi if it's not sports and entertainment and probably our religion.
And when it comes to that, you don't see that division.
Yes, you don't see that division. All right, so
I'd like to say happy birthday to Veronica Buama.
Okay.
She's watching us from Cape Coast. She works at the Ankafo Psychiatric Hospital. Happy birthday to you. It's coming from Adolf. He wishes you all the best in all your endeavors. And also to you, pretty Daddy. She's watching us. I mean, big ups to you as well.
Okay,
and Otami Kwame's Inshallah is out. I mean, featuring Ken Paluta. The video is out. Go to his YouTube platform and watch it. I mean, amazing visuals. I love to see that partnership between the young and the legends, so that we have that. I mean, transfer.
I think that this year we will be experiencing
and this year he's coming up with something huge, an EP,
more of that,
Love and Hustle.
More of that, more of that.
So go check it out.
Yeah, that's also. Thank you so much, Edem. Thank you so much, and thank you for also being a part of it. I know said December what you were Yankasa na yedi nkomo no. I know said January way so no what you were so pa a very great part of promoting Ghana to the world last year and December this Christmas. The entertainment industry, the security industry, the sports industry, I mean every part. And also a big congratulations to us Ghanaians who came out in our numbers, you know, during the festive seasons. And yet Ghana for but now we came out. And then yantins and money bia or baby, but emomoni hun kabum any nije ma Ghana phone na no ewiase baby hu se yenso ye baako na se wo babesra yen wo Ghana hanom se ya wani beje pepepe se na yenso ye nije no ama Ghana no ye ka bibi brofo mom se we have been put on the map. Otias yes an ye destination guy, ye destination. And na ye mani council no se ankoye se capital ne pe enyama bebre wo hono na akosi akra pe this time around no e pete call every corner of the country. Last year December no de na eye de papa se utifie si anye de awanko ba bia efiefie mu kura no eye de yenim se na oha kakra ne ahoche kakra wo ho de but eduru honom no we showcased how friendly, how cordial and how warm we are as a people. So congratulations to all of us. Thank you to Reobot Boutique. Reobot Boutique ewo Kwashiman. Eye ahemfie ni opposite pe ubehu Reobot Boutique. Ono share me atare where I come on say need da hopa. Eye very sport to me come bia me dane me chia na won say atare ne guy. Button se gu ho na niam e koso we akiri no. Efe pa e kama won so pe atare we bia to ana say atare papa this December January ye remu 2024 opese wo shop for something very nice, good, affordable, and you know for your office, for maybe your outings and everything. I bet me call a Reobot Boutique. Reobot Boutique ewo Kwashiman. A school junction ho na ntika krabia bronsign na say. Ana Kwashiman udu Kwashiman ahemfie no opposite pe ubehu eye Reobot Boutique. So woko social media swa at Reobot Boutique. Thank you to Joy Wilson. She has been a part of the show since morning and and also thank you to all of you that watch the show.